we're looking for some cool carnivorous plants, because this part of North Carolina, you can find some of our really neat carnivorous plants like your pitcher plants and sundews and Venus flytraps. And so, you know, it's a matter of keeping your eyes peeled and seeing if you can find anything cool. It's like there's constant surprises. Every little square inch, if you pay attention to it, is an amazing story. There's an amazing story to be told. Like every square inch of the ground here. Just even like, we haven't even talked about geology. Like how the sand got to be sand from starting out as like in a volcano somewhere. I mean, there's, when you really start talking about why this exists, there's a million neat stories to be told.
And that's what I tell the adults. I say, man, I learned something out here. Even though I've been out here forever, I learn something all the time.
Look at that. Hiding under here, you'd never see him if you didn't think to look. Carnivorous plant. It sort of exude these digestive juices just like a stomach, and they'll absorb the proteins and nutrients out of the insects that they just can't get out of the soil, and that's how they survive. You know, unfortunately, they end up getting pulled up by people who want to take them home, and there's so few of them. They're so kind of rare that you know, every single one that you pull out of the wild is one that can't contribute to the gene pool. So you know, these are special little guys, and just like with any rare wildlife, although technically this is a plant, you know, they're better appreciated in situ where they're found. You know, these guys get taken home and then they die. You know, somebody doesn't have a green thumb and they die, and then that's it. That's it for that plant. I think it's more special. It's more special to see them in the habitat that makes them what they are. It's a great reason to go on a trip and get outside. Check it out. This is another type of carnivorous plant. The sundew. There's a couple different kinds, and I couldn't tell you what it is without it having a flower on it, but it's like these paddles that are covered in these like little spines that have sticky dew on the ends. And if an ant or something crawls on it, it starts to slowly just roll up until it engulfs the entire insect and it digests them that way. It's a different mechanism for catching bugs, but they eat bugs just the same way. There's another little one right here. Little sundews. Little tiny guy. Yeah, usually you'll find them right next to each other. That one looked like it was actually closed recently and it reopened. See how the teeth are kind of facing outward instead of inward?
This is the only place on Earth the fly traps are found is around this area, because they're used to this particular type of soil and they don't do well in regular potting soil and things like that. So no, I don't tell anybody where these or any other listed species are found, because especially with reptiles, because people come in and remove them from the population.
Or even, you know, people get them as a some kind of like a party trick, like, look, I could feed it flies, but if it gets too many flies, it can actually kill the plant. It's either an overabundance of nutrients, or once that sort of mouth-like leaf catches a couple flies, it dies. And you get enough of the leaves die, then there's no more leaves anymore, and so the plant can't photosynthesize and it dies. So it's not a good pet. They don't make good pets.
But a neat plant.